Well, hello everyone, it's Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we will be tying an emerger pattern. I love emergers. They're my dry flies. I just go kind of crazy with emergers. I really love fishing them. So it's an emerging emerging Chironomid. So we're going to start off here with a Hends BL554 in a size 10. This is large. I usually tie these in a 10, 12, 14, sometimes in a 16 if I can get the right, the 3mm Booby tubes. But yeah, usually 10, 12, 14 is where I stick. Some black thread, in this case, nano silk. I just go down. Now, if you want to add a little red butt to this, go ahead. I do at times, at other times I don't. So it all depends on what I want, what I'm short on in my box. I know right now for me, I just need these plain, straight, blackish ones. So for the body, I'm going to be using these perfect quills. They're just kind of white and black. Where'd it go? Right here. So now they're kind of sticky on one side. So what I do, because they go really sharp, and I just kind of cut that off because I don't need the really skinny on this one. And I tie it in, sticky side out. If you don't, it really becomes a pain in the butt to try to get it to spin the right way when you start wrapping it. So I just want to get that nice and tight. And then I'm just going to go up about 3/4 of the way, roughly, to about there. I'll counterclockwise wrap. I spin my thread, and then I'm going to go back over top of that all the way down to my tie-in point, but I'm not going to go right back because there's a little bit of the bulb that was created there from tying that in. Stop there, come back, and then it just evens out the body a little bit. It's not a humongous deal here, but and I'm going to stop about there. Then now when I start wrapping this, the sticky side will be down. Now you're going to get a very black, very black underbody here. Like the look of it. I have to go all the way back because I went too tight. It's going to look very black. You're not going to get much of a contrast here. If you want the contrast, go with a white thread, and that'll give you the contrast you're looking for, right? The reason I'm going all the way back is because I don't want to add another piece of bulbousness to it, right? So, I might end up fast forwarding through this. I might end up deleting it. I don't know, but if I don't delete it, then this is just, again, one of those things. Things happen, right? So again, I'm just going to add that in and go fairly tight here. The nano silk, that's nice thing is I can crank this pretty tight, and then I'll go back forward again. And that way, actually, that one tied in a little bit better. I don't think I have to go back and forth. So now, don't touch that tip. Like I said, if you want a bit more of a contrast between the clear and the black here, you could have went with a white thread. And I'm just touching the last wrap. I'm not overlapping. Okay, then I'm going to come back, tie over that. So this will give me quite a black body. Again, if I wanted a bit more of a contrast, I could either have done a white underbody, or I could have put in a little piece of silver wire and then wrap that forward now, right? So now, excuse me, I'm going to take a piece of some sort of a poly yarn or whatever that's red or orange. In this case, it is predator fiber is what it is. And I'm just going to, don't want too big of a package, but just a little bit. And I'm just going to cut this nice and straight. And I'm going to add it in not quite to the eye because I don't want to crowd my eye. And then come back about there. Okay. And then just going to leave that for now because it's better once it's all done to cut that because that way you know your length perfectly. Now I'm going to take a booby tube. This is a 6mm booby tube, straight black. And I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need the whole thing. I actually don't even need half, but it's just, actually I could have tied in the whole thing. But so now all I'm doing is just creating a little point. I'll show you here. Just as I go around, I'm just going to cut this into a bit of a point here. And that's all. That's all I'm done. Just create a bit of a point. So now I can tie it in this way, or I can tie it in this way. And this is the way I prefer tying it in. So just get that first wrap, and then I grab this with my finger, go around half a dozen times more. Now you got to remember, it's nano silk. You can cut this stuff quite easily, right? So now I want to work my way to the front of it over top of this foam. And just make sure that this is staying up on top and leaving a little bit of room, just like that. Okay? Then I'll come back here. And now it's up to me which color hard dubbing. I like the hard dubbing because it's spiky that I want here. In this one, I'm going to go with a dark gray, or even a dark gray black mix. But in this case, I'm just going to go with a straight dark gray. And just create a bit of a thorax there. And not much. That's all you need. Okay. And then take your whip finisher and go in front of that foam. I do one set and then I do the second set. Almost all my flies have 2 sets. Okay, get in there, cut off that thread, and then I can, from that point, I can go, okay, I want this about that long. That's about it. You just want it a little tiny bit. And then if you want, you can brush out some of that dubbing. I usually don't. I just leave it nice and rough. So here's another one I tied. So now I'll cut this foam down because its foam is too big. So I'll cut this down to, because I don't need it that big. Not for this little hook, right? So there. So I've cut about that much off. Whoop. Okay. So yeah. There. Another version of it. Just a little bit more of a thorax. Another version of it. Again, it's very similar. All of them are very similar to each other. So yeah, that's it. You just cast this thing out there and let it sit and just give it a slow figure 8. And maybe every once in a while give it a little bit of that little twitch and just let it sit. Just give it that little, I'm struggling to get out of my shuck, right? That's why I like Emerger so much, because if you see their backs coming out of the water, just coming out of the water, or just that sippy swirlies from underwater, to going for Emerger. So put on an Emerger, whether it's a foam style like this or a shuttlecock or anything like that. Put on an Emerger. You'll be surprised how well Emergers work in the lakes. It's kind of crazy actually. So, and this one will sit in the water like about like that, right? And pretty well from the foam down will be just in the slime, right? In the surface film. So let's see if I can get whatever. But yeah, so that'll be sitting in the surface film more, right? So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Give that one a try. Like I said, if you want more separation there, just add in a extra small, 0.1 mil silver wire, and at every single segment, just put that wrap in there, right, and come forward. But sometimes I like these a little bit more plain. So, alrighty. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please consider doing so. And I'll see you guys on the next time video. If you see me out on the water anytime between April and October, come say hi. I'll be fishing a crap load of the lakes here in Merritt, Logan Lake, Kamloops-ish area. So come on and say hi if you see me in my little, I'll be in a frog boat, or I'll be in a kind of a, my buddies call it the Thomas the Train Engine boat, or the IKEA boat, because it looks like it's a oh Jesus, marine plywood boat, coated and all that, but it's painted blue and red, so it looks kind of like a Lego boat. But so if you see me, come on and say hi. Tie lines, everybody.